Have you ever lost marks in math exams, even when your answers were correct? It happens to many students, not because of the wrong answer, but because of the way they write them. In this video, we'll show you how to present your solutions perfectly so you don't lose a single marks. Let's get started. So first we are going to discuss the geometrical questions. So first here we have geometrical questions from the chapter circle, which is of 4 marks questions. So first thing we have to remember is when the figure is already given in the question, that time there is no need to redraw the figure in your answer sheet. But when in the question, if the only information is given, that time you have to draw the figure also to get the full marks. Now let's come to the solution part. Here we have 3 sub questions. Okay, while I have already solved the questions, so while writing the solution, we can solve the question like this, but here the most important part is while writing solutions, we must have to write the reasons to get the full marks. So in here for question A, we have used this angle BOC and angle BOA equal to 180 degree. That means here this sum of these two angles is 180 degree. This is linear pair. So that means here you must have to mention the reason that is linear pair to get the full marks. In geometrical part, geometrical question, you must have to mention the reason, what property you are using to solve the question. Similarly here we have used the property like angle at the center is twice the angle in the remaining part of the circle. So in geometrical question, you must have to mention the reason to get the full marks. Here we have another question from the geometry, and that is from the chapter triangle. So here also figure is already given, means there is no need to redraw the figure in your answer sheet. Now let's see the solution part. Okay, I have done the solution by putting the regions also wherever it is necessary. Now let's see the question C. Here you need to find the ratio of area of triangle APB to the area of triangle CPD. Okay, here it is clearly mentioned you have to find the ratio. Okay, so you can use the property and get this value. So this is actually 3 square and 2 square, you will get 9/4. But you should not leave your answer like this, because you are supposed to find the ratio. That means your final answer should be in the form of ratio only. Then only you will get the full marks. Otherwise, if you leave the answer like this, then you are not going to get the full marks. Now let's see the question from trigonometry, and that is from the topic height and distance. So for trigonometry, or especially the height and distance topic, you have to draw the figure even if it is given in the question. You have to redraw it to get the full marks. So here in my solution, I draw the figure also. Okay, you have to draw the figure to get the full marks. And then another point to remember is it is given here, give your answer correct to the nearest meter. That means here you will get your answer like this, 47.60, but according to question it should be in the nearest meter. That means you have to eliminate the decimal part and you should write the answer like this. Then only you will get the full marks, because in every question you have a 1 marks for the final answer. If you left the answer in till here only, then you won't get the 1 marks. That means your 1 marks get deducted. This question is of 5 marks, and if and everything is correct, and if you left your answer here only, then your 1 marks will be deducted and you will get only 4. Now let's see the question from the chapter linear inequation. So here is the question. We have given this linear equation and we have to represent it on the real number line. So here the important part is to write the solution set in the correct form. Okay, you should have to write it in the correct form, and then it comes to number line, representation on number line. While drawing the number line, there should always be one scale, extra one scale to both the left hand side as well as right hand side. And also, if your solution set is like this, minus 5 by 4 x greater or equal to 2, x belongs to real number. This time while making the number line, okay, here it is 0, here it goes to plus 2, 1, 2, and here it is between minus 1 and minus 2. So this is minus 1, minus 2. You should not do like this. You have to make one, at least 1, 3, and here it is minus 3. You can make more than one extra scale also, but there should be at least one extra scale. Now while drawing the, okay, now representing this solution set, okay, here it is 2, okay, I'll do like this. So this is 2 is a closed, it is equal to also, and it is minus 5 by 4. Minus 5 by 4 means minus 5 by 4 is minus 1 by 4. So that means here these parts should be divided into 4 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to do like this. So this is your open, and then you join this. Okay, so this is your number line representation. Now the important thing here to add is this part. This part should be clearly mentioned. It is minus 5 by 4. You have to write like this to get the 4 full marks. Okay, if you did not write this number, then you are supposed to lose some marks. So to get the full marks, you have to mark this number also like this. Now let us discuss some graphical question. Here our first graphical question is from the chapter reflection. In this type of question, the graph is given in the question. For this type of question, there is no need to redraw the graph in your answer sheet. So this type of graph is given. So this is our graph given in the question. So all the other questions you can easily solve, and your answer should be written in answer script only, not in the graph page. Now let us last one. Now joining this, you have to join according to order. It is written A to B. First you need to join A and B using scale. Okay, A to B, now B to C, B to C, and C to D. Okay, C to D and D to A. This is our figure. Okay, so you have to write the name of this figure. So this figure is actually, some of you may write this figure as a arrowhead. Okay, this figure is actually, it is like this. It is, you may write it as a arrowhead. So if in some of the question you may get a figure like this, and this type of figure also some student may write arrowhead. So actually arrowhead is not the correct answer. There is no any geometrical figure which is called arrowhead. So that means for this type of figure, how do you write the name is, you just need to count the side. So here the number of side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means either you have to write it as heptagon or septagon, both correct, because 7-sided polygon is heptagon or septagon. So similarly this figure also you need to count the number of side, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is quadrilateral, 4-sided means quadrilateral, and here one of the angle is reflex angle. So we call this type of quadrilateral as concave quadrilateral. Okay, to get the full marks, this type of figure should be right by counting the number of side, but not arrowhead. If you wrote arrowhead, you will not going to get the full marks. Now the next graphical question is from the chapter statistics. Here you have to draw the ogive. To draw the ogive, you need to make one more column of frequency, cumulative frequency. That means you have to make this column in your answer sheet. Now, okay, now I have drawn this OGIP. So here this x-axis and y-axis, what does this x-axis and y-axis represent? You have to mark it like this, label it. Okay, here x-axis represent marks and y-axis represent number of students. So you have to label it like this: x-axis represent marks and y-axis represent number of students. And in some of the question scale is given, and in some of the question scale is not given. But whether the scale is given or not given, you have to mention the scale on your graph sheet like this. You have to mention the scale like this. On x-axis, here we have taken 2 centimeter as 10 marks, and in y-axis we have taken 2 centimeter as 20 students. You have to write your scale like this. Now, after marking all the points, you have to use your free hand to draw this curve, to join these points. Okay, you should not use the scale. Now, actually your point started from here, but in graph you have to start from 0. Okay, always start from 0. Now other question. Now other question, you have to find the median. When you have to find the median, you have to make like this. So you while making this line, you have to mark this arrow in required direction. Okay, so for median, first you need to find this here. You find this point, and from this point you draw a line to touch the OGIP, and then you draw this line to find your median. So you have to draw this arrow in the required direction. Here you have this arrow in opposite direction. So you have to make this arrow according to the required direction. Okay, now where to write this answer? Okay, in your graph sheet, you are not supposed to write any answer other than this. You have to write scale, draw this graph, label this x-axis and y-axis, and answer you are not supposed to write on your graph sheet. Either in the back side of graph also. Here you are not supposed to write anything on the back side of the graph. So your answer should be on the answer script only. Now question from quadratic equation. Here you have to solve this quadratic equation, and the important part is write your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, here you are going to solve this question like this. So when you get root over 73, you'll provided with the square root table. So in square root table, you have to include all the digits. Okay, here suppose the value of root 73 is 8.544. You are supposed to write the answer correct up to 2 decimal places, but in this step you are supposed to take all the digits. Okay, all the digits and calculate, you'll get the answer in this form. After getting the answer in this form, then only you will round off this number to your final answer, that is correct to 2 decimal places. You are not supposed to round the answer before you getting the final answer. Okay, only after getting the final answer, then only you round off your answer to the required number of decimal places. Now let us discuss some questions which involve some formulas. Okay, so this is the first question from the chapter surface area and volume. So in this question we need the formula. So this question I have solved like this. So here, to find the area of weight surface, we need this formula. So in this question, because you are creating the formula, this formula, by using the given information. Actually, these are the different formula. You are combining this formula. So that means for this you will get a marks for formula also. Okay, either 1 marks or half marks. Okay, according to the question you will get these marks. Now for second question, this question is from the chapter banking. Here also you have used the formula of interest of RD account. Okay, so you have written the formula, but for this question you are not going to get any marks for this formula, but you have to write the formula. Okay, but you are not going to get the marks, but you are to write the formula, and then after substituting the values only you will get the marks. Also from the banking chapter, sometime you may ask to find the qualifying qualifying sum or deposit. Okay, sometimes you may ask to find this qualifying sum or deposit, and for this qualifying sum or deposits, its formula is P into n plus 1 by 2. Actually leaving this 12, so this part is the qualifying sum. Sometimes you may ask to calculate the qualifying sum, and this is the formula to calculate the qualifying sum. And also one more thing to note in the question involving money is your final answer. If you get the answer in this form 2036.3, but when you write the final answer after decimal there should be 2 digit. That means you should write the answer like this, rupees 2036.30. Okay, if you get only 1 digit, but you have to make it 2 digit if the question involves money. Now I hope you know exactly how to present your answers to get full marks in your ICSE math exam. If you found this helpful, give this video a like and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe our channel. All the best for your exams. Go and get a perfect score. See you in the next video.